Hi, Justin.
Hi,
You
Justin.
guys were so in sync. Wow, impressive.
Justin, you're here.
Hi, Justin.
So, who would like to give a quick recap of last session?
Justin would.
No, I barely remember, to be honest.
Well, last
It's all a bunch of
session,
shit. We're gonna keep fighting shit.
last session, 2 guild masters and a man on top of a pig went into a portal to fight some giant maggots. Oh wait, sorry, wrong one. Last session we teleported into the fight after Zirila mentally contacted Cloris saying, "Oh shit, I fucked around and found out. Help, help, help." And then we came and there was a giant chimera demon and we fought it a bit and it started using all of its legendary resistances, which were souls in its horns, and got rid of them all, and now it's going feral. And then, you know, someone that is probably Clara's cousin was like, "Oh shit, you fucking up my puppy dog. Don't fuck my puppy dog," and start walking over here. And yeah. But I'm talking at the moment.
But you can talk loud enough for the microphone.
But I'm talking at the moment.
Divorce.
He's fine. He did the right thing. Do not criticize him for that.
You did the right thing, and I'm criticizing you for it.
I will just take any opportunity to criticize.
So anyway, we still in initiative order? Or like, what are we, like, how's...
Absolutely are. The Chimera Demon is not dead. And
It's not.
Somia, which is
Who?
Clara's cousin.
Did not know she had a name. But that makes sense. Most people do.
Is quickly approaching. So, I believe we left off with the Hellhound that was still alive getting up to you and letting out a burst of fire breath on a few of you that it was able to reach. And now it is the indentured servants of Fox's turn.
Yes, they are keeping up the rear. And that is their turn.
Alright.
Holy shit. Before we start this, Zach, you want to sing wild?
Yeah.
I was looking on YouTube for a song that I thought would be good for this boss fight, and the pre-video ad I got was for Flea Mortals.
Yeah, because they're doing their, they're like Where Evil Lives now.
Yeah, which also looks awesome, but yeah, that's the algorithm has been watching my history.
Yeah,
As it does.
if we ever get a single viewer that isn't in our team, this Chimeran is from Flea Mortals, kind of. I changed it a lot, but it was inspired by that, and also...
Oh, I noticed.
MCDM is cool, go support them. I'm not influencing anything. We literally don't have people who watch this other than the people in this call.
No, you know what? If somebody else is watching this, I will influence them. Go do it. I'm gonna get you demonetized.
I don't think that would be demonetization. We're not being paid, so it's perfectly legal to do it without disclaiming an ad sponsorship.
You
Fuck
can't be
you.
demonetized without monetized.
Also, yeah, like, we can't make money off of this. We don't have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of content.
We don't?
Yet.
Or I guess it's
So,
4,000 hours of watch time.
We gonna
But,
kill this thing or what?
Well,
Yeah, it's
now,
watch time, not content.
now that we got through with that, it is Somia's turn. Who is, you know, acting with her one initiative. Also, can you guys hear the music in the background?
Yes. Yeah.
I can't.
Is it, like, good balanced? For...
Yeah, it's pretty.
That's good.
It's
To me,
pretty
it is.
Okay. Cool.
The greatest balance attack.
How far? 70 feet?
Tell her to stop moving. Appreciate it.
Vinny, I will swap to that in a second if you want, but...
Okay, I was trying to figure out what commands to make your music work. But no, take a listen. That's my suggestion. You don't have to. That's what I was gonna put on. But you beat me.
All right, so as she walks up, Tavro, you had just recently thrown your
He's not here.
spear. He left?
BRB, right there, 1 minute ago.
No,
Shit.
once I heard that Somi was next, I stayed. But after her turn, I'm going to take a pee.
Yeah, so you had just thrown your spear and nuked 3 of her pet hellhounds. She is
Yes, I
not
did.
happy,
I did do that.
and now that she is facing you, she is going to target you, hold out a hand, and kind of like speak out in this strange, like backwards speech as she shoots an eldritch blast at you. A 24 will hit as you take 8 damage to start, and it is 11th level, so 2 more beams are coming at you.
Okay.
Oh, I'll just do it then.
The second one also hits you, and the third one comes streaking out from her hand,
Which does not hit me.
which does not hit you as you're able to dodge out of the way of this third beam of like discordant energy as it flies towards you. But that will bring us to Mr.
Alright,
Gio.
now I'll be back.
Alright. I see a flying boy, and I'm hurt, and it's got an ally on the way, so let's get this the fuck over with. Let's fucking go. Woo.
Nice.
Alright, good.
That will hit as you stab into it, and it once again kind of shrieks out in pain.
Alright, as the monk does.
Oh, that was always so fun.
Another 15 damage.
This time it is actually going to use a reaction as you see a burst of energy kind of just comes out in front of it, and as you stab into it, it's almost as if the wound immediately seals up with this like strange fiendish energy.
So you're scared then. Oh, yeah.
Your nat 8 hit a 20. Jesus.
Yup. Thank you to the extra 4 from the blast.
As it starts to heal up the wounds from your dagger, and you just fucking punch it in the face as it flies above you.
This thing doesn't have any more of the spikes on its back, right?
One of them is half formed, but not completely. So it
I
does
like
seem
the sound
to
of
have
that.
gone almost like feral.
So it can't automatically succeed saving throws, is what you're saying.
You don't necessarily
Any of
know
you
that,
are-
but
Are you saying what I think you're saying?
I do, because from what I remember, the last time I hit it with a saving throw, it rolled with disadvantage.
yeah, it did roll with disadvantage the last time. Once it started going more feral, it gained advantage on its attacks and disadvantage on the saves.
What? Pat, what? I completely forgot you even had that ability.
He's a monk.
You're right. How silly of me.
With the disadvantage, he is just barely able to resist as this feral, fiendish creature is too starved for souls to be cut off from its key.
Alright, well, that's the turn.
All right. Skelly boys go.
Skelly boys.
Wait, they're actually doing something?
They're doing it.
They've been doing something the entire time. Excuse me.
The first arrow misses as it flies wide.
He says, I got a meat shield, sends them to the back.
Okay, sorry for not
Nice.
sending souls into the thing that has been demonstrating how it consumes souls to heal and protect itself.
The second hit is spot on, and even though it seems resistant to these non-magical arrows, as the arrow kind of like embeds itself in the eye, it lets out a shriek of pain. This thing is struggling.
I was about to say I dubbed these skeletons Puss Puss and Mr. Bones, but I didn't want to jinx one of them to abject failure. But it's still demonstrated perfectly, Puss Puss and Mr. Bones.
And you only had the 2 skeletons, right?
Yes.
Alright, Escher.
Mr. Bones is
Okay. Zach, I have a question for you. You can see my ruler, correct?
I can.
Now, this says 15 feet, but for the purposes of a radius, is that within 10 feet of it, or no?
I think that would be 15, because it's 5, then 15 for diagonals. So I think that still would be 15 feet.
Yeah, not for move. Actually, wait, hold on. I can just do this. No, that's ping. Hold on. I need this. Sorry, I'm just making this exactly 10 feet. Ah, piss, it's not.
Yeah. A 10-foot radius doesn't get the straight diagonal.
Okay, in that case... delete this. I'm only going to move here then while it is distracted.
I was gonna ask if you were moving down there. Okay.
It already used its reaction, so that's why I'm moving. Unless it has multiple, which it very well could, because it has multiple heads.
It has
but
3 heads. There is a chance it has 3 reactions.
I'm doing it regardless.
That's
so.
fair. It doesn't have anything that is a range of only 5 feet, so you are safe within 10 feet of it.
And then... Pat, how are you doing?
Probably about 33% of how well I could be doing.
I've seen you do worse, so I'm just gonna start you out with one of these at level 1, and we're gonna see how this treats you.
Well, worst is dead, so
Oh my god. Sorry.
you know,
Pat, you got 5 health back, and that's my turn.
I will take it. Was that already targeting me? I think it was.
Yes.
Yeah, it already
Yeah.
updated your health.
Yep.
Yeah. So, that's, I don't have any bonus actions or anything I'm gonna do, so.
Alright, Clara. Your cousin is rapidly approaching, and Zirila, with just a look of pure shell shock and fear in her eyes, watches as that happens. What would you like to do?
First of all, am I within this area's, or this creature's reach? Like, would I know if I move, it's gonna hit me?
You have seen it hit from a few spaces away. You don't know exactly what its range is, but it doesn't have to be right next to you. So you may or may not be within attack of opportunity range.
Okay. Either way, Clara's just gonna scuttle on over next to her dead homunculus and kind of like pick up pieces and look down at it and be like, why does this keep happening?
All right.
And then
Yeah, if you are going over to Jerry 2, that is moving out of a 10-foot range. So that will be an attack of opportunity against you.
Oh.
So it was the head of the lion that kind of like let out the roar that started healing it. Now the head of the ram is reaching out on the edge of its reach and trying to attack you, biting down. Oh no!
Idiot has horns and it's trying to bite. It's not gonna do anything.
Oh no, Clara.
Luckily, it crit on its least damaging head.
Nice.
Why am I making a Constitution saving throw?
So yeah, make a
Lizzie,
Constitution
you
save
can disengage as a bonus action. What are you doing?
because I think you're concentrating on something.
Can she? She's not a rogue.
She's a goblin.
Goblins can.
Would you have liked to disengage as a bonus action?
She
I didn't
wanted
mean to take it back, but I'm just saying. Dumb.
Did you just say she wouldn't?
What?
No, Lizzie, did she just say that she wouldn't?
Yeah.
You're allowed to play optimally sometimes. This is 31 damage we're talking about. Oh no, 36 damage. You can make wise choices every once in a while. Please, don't die on us.
Elizabeth saying it's what my character would do as she destructs 5 grenades next to herself.
Blows up the bridge. So, if you are revived before your next turn, your speed is halved, and you can only take an action or a bonus action next turn.
Are you down, Lizzie?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Gotcha.
as the maw bites, and you'd actually probably you'd be back here because as soon as you start moving out of its range, it bites you, and you go down.
I thought we said it had already used its reaction. Someone lied.
We never said it used all of its reactions. Zach even made a point of saying it has multiple hits. It might have multiple reactions.
I did try and give you a bit of a warning there.
Zach actually specifically said it has multiple reactions. You didn't leave its reach, so it can't use it.
So, as it bites down Clara, you get knocked out, and the rest of you see as Clara's body begins to develop a level of rime and frost on the outside.
Did I delete my token by accident?
I still see you.
Everything is black. Everything is black for me. I can't see it all.
You might want to refresh the page.
Okay.
Oh, you never did it.
All right. That'll end Clara's turn. Gideon, what would you like to do?
Does any of our spellcasters have additional slots? Because I have Killing Word that I can use.
I have a fuckload of spell slots. I have used 2 so far.
I will eat up my reaction as Fox to explicitly say, heal Clara before that thing gets to her again.
Actually, one thing to note. Clara went unconscious from an attack. You see the half-formed horn on its back finish growing.
Fuck.
And it has one of its horns back.
Damn, if only somebody had disengaged.
Alright, I'm gonna go here, and then I'm going to target.
You know, I always forget about
I can't
such
hear
And,
What happened?
I can't hear that.
in that case,
Oh yeah, I can't hear shit. I can hear Brian.
Yeah, okay.
No, it's the others. They like to mumble away from the conference mic.
I didn't have to move, so I'm not going to. I'm doing.
It's like a Peanuts cartoon.
I don't think they
Wah, wah.
Katie had to.
Hello? Can you hear me?
We can hear you. It's just quiet when you're not speaking towards the mic.
Sorry. I'm gonna cast Healing Word on Clara.
All right.
I don't know how much that healed by. Not enough, I guess.
Oh, I don't think it did. Did you add the spell or did you create the spell yourself?
I thought I just added it. But maybe
Looks like
I
you just
didn't.
created it yourself.
Oh, maybe.
It specifically looks like you copied it from somewhere else because it has weird formatting on the text as well.
Yeah,
So
probably.
roll 1d8 plus wisdom.
1d4.
1d4.
Oh, healing word. Sorry, not cure wounds.
What if you
One
can
1d4 plus 2.
I think it's 1d5.
Nice.
Cool.
Cool.
All right,
See,
Clara,
Pat, we're all getting low rolls.
you wake
It's
up.
not much.
You are
but it's
returned to
fine.
consciousness as your body begins to heal slightly, but you are covered in this layer of frost as you return to consciousness, and it feels like a chunk of you is missing.
Fun.
Anything else you'd
Katie,
like to do, Gideon?
Gideon, you do still have a full action.
Oh yeah, that was just my bonus action.
Yeah.
In that case, I will move this way, or have to untarget. I will move this way, and
Nice.
That's gonna hit. Let's see the damage.
Alright.
Sneak
Uh,
attack.
oh wait, I targeted myself. I'm sorry.
Gideon walks up to the Chimeran and goes, "Yeah, well, watch this," and stabs himself in the head.
Gideon has dishonored his
I
family.
wouldn't use this move.
Do you want me to just do the roll and then
Roll
you
the
can deduct-
damage. I will drop it from you and apply it to the demon.
Okay, thanks.
It's what my character would do.
Can you also roll sneak attack?
Yes.
Oh, what do I
Stop
what
targeting
do I
yourself.
roll for that?
3d6.
Yeah, just roll a
Okay.
flat 3d6 since I'm already manually applying damage to this thing.
Would Gideon get that if I wasn't large?
Yeah,
Kai's
Kai's
also
right
within
next to
5
it.
feet.
Yeah, but 10 feet down.
If he can
We've
punch it,
established already it is floating about 10 feet in the air, but that is because you guys all stand. Only Clara is like hard to reach this. A normal-sized human
Gotcha.
can reach up a few feet.
What?
All right, so with a total of 22 damage as you bury the mist blade into this thing's torso. Gideon, how do you want to do this?
oh nice.
Oh, hell yeah! So what part of the chimera did I get?
Use your imagination. That's up to
When
you.
I say how do you want to do this, it means you get to be creative with how you kill this thing.
Oh, but I'm not good at that part. So basically, Gideon, after witnessing Clara get taken out by this chimeran, just feels something snap within him, and decides to just run up to it and jump onto this little ledge of the bridge here, and just dig his mistblade right into the heart of the demon.
All right, yeah, you run up, you dig right in, you pass through like the layers of scale and fur right underneath until you feel almost like there's a resistance as you pass through the ribs. You push further and you feel the demonic heart within this thing that is powering it just crack, and you all hear like almost like a shockwave as this thing lets out one last weakened roar and falls into the river of blood beneath you.
Nice. Very good.
I get attack of opportunity.
You know what? Sure. I'll leave it.
Kai!
If you want to use your reaction to punch the dead thing on its way down, go for it.
Fuck this guy.
As I see Kai go to do an attack, I would like to manically start screaming out, Kai, the horn! The horn! I need the horn!
Can I actually attempt to cut a piece of its horn off as it falls?
You know what? Sure. Give me a...
Sleight of hand?
I think that would probably be sleight of hand. Or I would say sleight of hand or acrobatics as you like jump over the side to grab the horn and the bridge on the way down to keep you up and hopefully dislodge the horn from its body.
Nice.
I'm going to say an 18 is just enough. You're barely holding onto the bridge with one hand, but you grab the horn and twist as it collapses into the river of blood. And you feel like the body is almost falling apart already as this happens. You tear the horn off of its body. And you are now hanging off the side of the bridge by one hand, but you can add one demonic soul horn to your... add one chimeran horn to your inventory.
You add, like,
All right.
those from, like, the logo and, like,
All right, Gideon. What would you like to do?
Yeah. Oh, he does my turn? I just killed it.
Well, you still have movement if you want it, is more of the question.
Oh. Is this thing something that we have to kill?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
but I don't think you have 2 attacks.
Yeah, I don't. So I'll just go back to where I was.
Okay.
That is my turn.
Tavro, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna thwack this little demon dog next to me.
Play golf. Play golf.
Hold on. I am not going to recklessly attack. Nice. Nice.
Very nice. Yeah, you bring this greatsword down onto this thing, and you just cleave one of its legs off completely as it's now kind of limping forward.
Is it still alive?
It is still alive.
Damn it! It took half. It
Wait,
got hit by
nope.
my explosion too.
Nope. This is a minion. It's dead.
Oh yeah.
Yep,
Yeah,
I forgot.
it was a minion.
Because if you deal, like, it does hit points for the overkill mechanic, but because
Yeah.
it's only one, you do kill it.
Gotcha. Neat.
Removing the last of the hellhounds from the initiative.
Nice. And then I'm going to.
Oh, you're gonna make it real hard to heal you.
And I'm going to then. I'm going to run up and then throw my greatsword at. Fucking Somia.
All right, let's see that attack.
Nice.
As you hit her, you see as a stream of flames bursts out of her body towards you.
Cool. I have advantage for this because I have trap. What the fuck is it?
I trust you.
Danger. It's the danger sense. There it is. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I fail, so I take the full 10 damage. But then
You do.
whack.
Yeah, let's see how this greatsword does. Yeah, so
18 damage.
you throw your greatsword and kind of like arcing back along the path that you threw it. Well, once you throw the greatsword, it like immediately reappears in your hand, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Once it hits.
you throw the greatsword, it buries itself in her, and then as you call it back to your hand, flames kind of follow the arc back, and then it singes your hand and your arm, engulfing them in flames.
Yeah.
But she
and
does
then it's
grunt
gonna-
as you give her a pretty solid hit.
Yeah, and since I knew I was going to do the range attack, I didn't want a reckless attack on the first one. But I'm just going to move 5 feet back, so I'm at least a little bit on the diagonal, just so I'm a little bit closer to everyone else.
Fair enough.
And that me turn.
Alright.
Mr. Machine.
Bro, unleash hell as I. Oh, can you end the turn so I can get my bonus action?
I can move it along. Should be your turn now.
Mass healing word, everyone.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
And command Tavro to attack again.
Wait, did I get
Very
that
well.
healing?
Yes.
I don't know if I did.
This
Yeah,
is gonna
you
be
were on there.
disadvantage because I'm 25
It
feet
brought
away,
you from
but
34 to 39.
Okay.
still a pretty good chance to smack her. Never mind.
Unfortunately, an 11. She doesn't seem to be like heavily armored or anything, but an 11 is not quite enough to hit her as she dodges out of the way as you throw your sword again.
Yeah, I had disadvantage. I backed up.
Can I use my action to pull Kai up?
Yeah, you can use your full action to pull Kai up. Give me an athletics check. That is not quite enough to get him completely over, but Kai, you will have advantage on any checks that you make to get back up.
Okay. And as you go to help me get up, I'm just gonna go, why the fuck did I just do that for you?
I use command so much it just sort of comes out naturally.
Every word is now laced with magic.
Yeah, I guess he didn't magically command me, it just felt commanding.
Yeah.
It just comes natural now.
At the start of Zirila's turn, she's going to make a wisdom saving throw.
Jesus. Race car.
Yoicks.
Oh.
And as you can see, especially Clara looking at your sister, there is like this strange, deranged look in her eyes. Not the same kind of like lust for chaos and just craziness that she has shown, but actual insanity as she turns back towards Fox and goes, "You should have listened. You should have submitted."
What?
What?
Fox knows what's
Ah.
going on.
Okay. Yeah.
What did you do?
Is what he didn't do.
Don't worry about it.
I'm gonna worry
Tell
about
me
it.
about it. Mr. Fox, what did you do?
I did nothing.
She's
Exactly.
going to
You were
hold
about
up
to
a
say.
hand. Oh, I was trying to drag the thing. It was only supposed to hit Fox. And you see as just this like cloud of emerald acid streaking out and exploding centered on Fox, and instead of being like this large burst, it just pulls itself back down onto Fox individually.
So it doesn't hit Clara.
No, I'm gonna heal back up everybody else.
I just didn't roll the saving throw, so I don't think I took the damage.
It's
Yeah,
gonna
that
auto roll for you in like a minute.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. Foundry will just do it for you anyway.
Yeah, so
Yeah, that
I'm going
almost killed
to
me.
undo everybody other than Fox.
Do we think that we'd want to retreat? Question mark.
No.
But Fox, you can
No?
still
Okay.
see that like deranged look in her eyes, and you still also see the aura of the corrupted spirits surrounding her as her mind is succumbing to the same thing that you've barely been able to hold yourself back from.
Okay.
I hanging off the ledge. Fox, what did you do to her?
Aldrich, what would you like to do?
Zach, can I have that health back now?
I gave it back to you.
I have 8 health.
You could just add it back yourself too.
There, I just gave it back again.
Oh, can I?
but-
Oh yeah, I guess I can. Thanks.
I would like to use a bonus action for telepathic thought. With
Alright, who are you trying
Lady.
to read the mind of?
not read the mind of telepathic thought is
Oh,
like
yeah, connect to
communicating
them
telepathically with them.
Okay. You...
Yeah.
Is there any sort of saving throw, or does it just happen?
No, it just happens. It reads you can form it to. What? Nope, there is no saving throw.
Alright, yeah, you... Like, you once again kind of open your mind to the, the tendrils of psionic energy, and you grasp onto Somia's and dig your way into her head, opening up a line of direct speech.
Are you sure you want to continue with this? I don't think that it will be wise. I also don't think that family should be fighting like this.
Does it give, like, a reaction or anything?
What do you mean by that?
Well, I'm just
Like, what do you mean by
trying to determine if she responds on her turn or right now. Like,
Oh,
'cause, like, sending,
so-
for example, will say, like, they immediately respond. If this just says it opens up a line of telepathic communication, then she'll respond on her turn.
It just okay. You can form a telepathic connection between your mind and another mind. As a bonus action, choose one creature within 30 feet of you, and you can choose. And you and the chosen creature can speak telepathically with each other, while the two of you are within a mile of each other.
Alright, yeah, so the line of communication is open, but it's going to follow the normal, like, speak on your turn or use a reaction to speak. She is not deeming it worthwhile to use her reaction to speak when there's only one other thing in the combat order between you two.
Gotcha. If that's the case, if I wasn't gonna get, oh, I didn't know this. See, thought I was gonna get an immediate response.
take that back if you want.
Oh well. Yeah, sorry about that.
It's the same thing as, like, shouting across the battlefield. If they're not going to use their reaction to respond, then you wait for
Okay.
your turn.
So sorry about that. In that case, I choose to cast Dissonant Whispers instead then.
Alright.
Sorry. I was trying to cast it from, you know, like how you have the Crawl Parasite, and it's
Yeah.
not clicking it, so I think I'm just gonna add it to my spell list itself.
It should be at the bottom of your spellbook.
Yeah, it's there, but when I click on the dice, it's not rolling.
I wonder if it broke with the update to version 11. I'll take a look at that later.
Yeah. So
What is
for
the
now, I'll just
1d3,
add it to my thing.
Fox?
All my magic items regenerates at dawn, and I can tell I didn't regenerate because I had 0 charges.
Got it. Right, so yeah. If you just want to manually roll Dissonant Whispers,
yeah.
and it's a wisdom save for her, correct?
Yeah.
Oh, I really thought that was going to be a nat 1 for a second. Yeah, she succeeds, and as you, like, send out this like burst of psionic force, she kind of just, like, shakes her head briefly, and you see as she is barely affected.
Okay. And I'm just gonna make my way back to the ledge, so I'm not over. That's my turn.
All right. The indentured spirits go. What would you like to do, Fox?
They are going to move up. And that will be their turn. Oh my god.
We're doing it!
All right. Now that it goes to Somia's turn, she is going to look straight at you, Tavro.
Uh-huh.
And you see as she starts mumbling something under her breath, and targets you with a hex spell.
Fair.
The next thing she does, you see as she starts to like do these strange movements, almost like like pulling the strings on a puppet. And I'm going to need you to give me a charisma saving throw. And I think that should have triggered it for you.
Yep.
So after she lets the hex onto you, she like holds up these almost like spectral puppet strings, and then like puts her hands back down and takes a few steps to the left, like towards the bridge. And as she does so, with your failed charisma saving throw, you make the same movements, stepping off the side of the bridge into the blood puddle below.
Oh.
Oh! Fun.
Oh shit.
You see
That
as she
should've
then,
come.
well, the rest of you see, Tavro, you feel as she takes her hands, puts them up to her face, and holds her mouth completely shut. And you feel as your hands reach up to your face, almost dig in as if scratching them. And you are pushing your face into the river of blood, drowning yourself.
Gotcha.
That is going to be all for her turn.
Oh, was that
That
it?
is that's all.
Kai, what would you like to do?
Is it an action to pull myself up?
It will be an action to pull yourself up. So you'd have advantage on the athletics or acrobatics check.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna not dangle off the edge here. Thank God I had the advantage.
Yeah, that is more than enough as you easily kind of like pull yourself up using like Fox's outreached hand as a leverage, and you clamber back up. So I'm going to say that is your action, but it's not going to take up any movement since you used your action for it.
Okay. In that case, I think if I wind it, yep, I can just zoot.
As these spectral blue dragon wings erupt from your back and you just fucking fly over as quickly as you can, landing right in front of Somia as she is still kind of like suffocating, making the motions for Tavro to suffocate himself under the river of blood.
Actually, I'm gonna go right here, and I can't attack her, but if, say, somebody were to attack them and would get a bonus if there were to be an ally within 5 feet of the person they are attacking, it will give them a bonus.
This is also one of the few chances you might get to legitimately use the Mage Slayer feat you took.
That was my main focus, but I was being more blunt about one of the other things that benefits here. She's a spellcaster. If she casts a spell, I'm going to attack.
All right, that'll bring us to the skeletons. So I
They
think
were
that,
ordered.
is that
They were
80 feet?
ordered. They were ordered to attack enemies. Someone just marked themselves as an enemy by attacking me.
That's fair.
Nice.
Is it? Maybe this could break them out, though.
And similar to her cousin, as it hits, a stream of flames follows the arc of the arrow back towards the skeleton.
Oh no.
But, taking damage, she does make a new wisdom saving throw. Oh, wait. Also constitution for that concentration save.
Doesn't she have mirror images up?
She does.
So you have to roll to see which one, if it even hits her.
Yeah, that is also a thing. So, Connor, roll a d4. On a 1, it hits her. Otherwise, we actually undo all of this. So, you see as it hits and just obliterates one of her mirror images, you both get your Skelly Boy back, and she gets her concentration back. But one
Alright.
of the mirror images just disappears and pops out of existence as the arrow flies through it.
Nice.
Let's see if Puss can hit for the first time and just die.
Nope.
Puss cannot hit.
Yeah, that's all they do.
Booze.
Also, I just realized I forgot to roll for her wild magic surge last round, but it's too late for that. All right, Escher, what would you like to do?
So what I'm going to do is going to heavily depend on you because this is information I don't know if I would have. But that Blood Witch dance, is that a spell?
That is not something you've seen before. You could see that a component of it, like you recognize the hex spell, but it seems like this is more something that she has an innate power over things that she has hexed.
Okay, because I didn't know if you were making like Blood Witch spells, because Dispel Magic says that I can choose one creature, object, or magical effect. Any spell of 3rd level or lower on the target ends, and I'm not about to waste a 3rd level spell just for you to say this is something I made up, it's not a spell.
So this is a magical effect. I won't tell you the level associated with it, but it is a magical effect. It has the
written?
potential.
As written, Dispel Magic only works on spells.
Yeah.
So, I think it would only work on the hex.
Are you
Technically-
targeting an object or are you targeting a spell?
Choose one creature, object, or magical effect within range, period. Next sentence, any spell of 3rd level or lower on that target ends. So that's why I was asking. I don't think I can dispel that effect.
You can
Yeah, if
dispel
it
that.
specifically says it only dispels spells,
It does, yeah.
then
quiet.
you could dispel the hex on him, but you don't
Yeah,
know
but-
if that would get rid of the Blood Witch dance feature.
That's fair. And Escher logic his way into knowing that the hex is what's doing this.
He can give
5,
an
10, 15,
Arcana
20,
check to
25,
see,
30.
but like this is a new ritual for him. The hex may be something that like, unless you do an Arcana check, you won't really know if that's like, okay, the hex is just a setup part of it, or the hex is required for the whole thing. It is unclear until you spend some time trying to identify it.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna send my colony and just start eating the magic that is seeping into Tavro right now in the hopes that it's gonna help him somehow. I say, even if it is a magical effect, it's 50-50 if it works, and I trust Kai to deal with her.
Tavro, as the purple haze of the hex dissipates from around you, you feel as your body is once again your own. You like rip your hands away from your face, and you're able to go back to standing. The water is about 6 feet deep, but being like a tall minotaur, you are just able to keep your head above water where you're standing now that you're not actively drowning yourself.
Gotcha.
Oh, my, that worked. I certainly wasn't expecting that to, but wonderful. We've learned something
Thank
new
you.
today.
The hex is required for that to continue.
Oh, does anybody else feel full? Just me? Alright. Bonus action, I don't think I can do anything right now because I didn't set anything else up ahead of time. Also, I just looked at my token. Am I on fire?
Are you?
I don't know.
Weren't you bitten by the lion's maw?
I don't know, man. It was 2 weeks ago, maybe.
Yeah, so if you were bitten by the lion's... No, you weren't. You would have way less health if you were bitten by the lion's maw. I think I might have accidentally applied burning to you instead.
I
of
did
trying
have
one of the
30
lions.
temp HP, so...
Right. Yeah. You are burning. You are on fire.
Can I get rid of that with a bonus action?
It is a bonus action to like stop, drop, and roll, pat yourself out. Yes.
Okay, then I'll do that
I'm
with
pretty
my
sure
bonus
that's
action.
what it was with Kai as well. So.
Then you know what? I'll just say, because I wasn't rolling for the damage, I didn't use my bonus action last turn either. I just healed Kai, so I'll just say I did
Yeah,
it that turn,
you
and I just won't use the bonus action this turn.
Because that's my bad for not remembering it. Last turn's bonus action could have definitely been used to get rid of the burning.
Okay. Cool, thanks. I didn't know what that was for. Yeah, then that is my turn, so...
Right. Clara, you're up.
Okay.
Clara.
Is the thing that was affecting you before with the movement and the action bonus action thing gone, or is that still?
That lasts until your end of your next turn. So it is just the frost seeping into your being that is slowing you down. So you get half movement this turn, which is already half because you have to stand up from prone. So you have like 7 feet of movement this turn, and you also only get an action or a bonus action, but that ends at the end of your turn.
Okay, well, Clara's gonna first get as close as she can to Zirila, but I suppose this is as close as she can get with that.
I'm dying.
And she's just gonna be like, Sissy, snap out of it! Don't hurt our friends! We need to go get Somia! And she's gonna, like, try to, like, clap or, like, make a dance. I was gonna slap her, but I'm not close enough to her.
Give me a
try,
persuasion check.
Okay. I'm really good at this, you know. Hi, buddy. Ooh.
That is good enough where she focuses on you for... You see as she focuses on you for like a split second and tries to keep that focus. And that will allow her to reattempt her wisdom saving throw to break whatever is going on with her mind.
God
Nice.
damn it. Oh wait, no, that's
No, that's
good.
good.
That's good.
Yeah,
Mind
that's
breakdown.
Good,
fucking
good.
good. It's a nat 20.
Cool,
And
good, good.
you see as like she catches your eye for a moment, and then you see as just a stream of lucidity follows as she focuses on you and snaps back into herself and goes, "Dear gods, what was that?"
I don't know, but turn around and go get her!
And she kind of
and-
shakes herself and turns around to look back at Somia and get ready to start casting spells again.
Cool. And then Clara's gonna pop one of the, no, that's not it. This. And I'm gonna drop it, here? No, here. Great. It didn't let me set it down. Okay, whatever. Can I, I'll just drag this bad boy on. There we go. Okay. So then action, I'm gonna summon my Eldritch Cannon, and I'm gonna summon the Protector one. But I can't use bonus action ability because poopy, big pooper pants. and I moved all I can, so that's all for Clara.
Wait, what does the protector one do?
It can heal people that are close to it.
It's not
Oh.
heal, it's temp hit points. Worth noting.
Cue the Halo shield regeneration sound.
That is literally what it is. It puts like an arcane force field around you that protects, I think,
Yeah.
1d10 temp hit points.
It's Halo shields. I thought that's what it was. That's really good.
Alright, is that all, Clara?
Yep.
Gideon, what would you like to do?
Hi, you said you needed some assistance, yes?
I didn't say anything. You saw Kai hold himself over the ledge, sprout dragon wings, and fly over to Somia. I think that is your... You could reasonably assume that that is a cue to do something with her.
So I'm gonna dash.
Can you do that as a bonus action?
Yes.
Rogue skin.
Good.
I am a rogue, I can do that.
Just rogue shit.
Imagine using bonus actions for things other than spells and abilities.
I have so
Is
many
this
of them.
a-
Can't use.
Do I get a sneak attack on this now?
So yes, that is what he was saying. Because he is within 5 feet, you will get the sneak attack if you hit.
Oh, that'll do it!
And that'll hit. She is going to Hellish Rebuke on the hit, which allows Kai to take his reaction. And so
Stab her.
I'm gonna wait to roll because with your reaction, she needs to make a concentration check. And Vinny, I know you're gonna ask a question about that, and that is because we homebrewed Mage Slayer to be a little bit better. If he interrupts an attack, she has to make a concentration save, and if she fails it, the spell doesn't go off.
You know me too well. I was like, what the fuck is she concentrating on? Oh
So,
no!
First, let's see the attack from Kai.
It does say I've used my reaction. I think I still have not gone since tearing the horn off the thing. No, you haven't.
Yeah, because you pulled yourself up.
Yeah, so I don't know what my reaction is.
Just ignore it. It's fine.
You want me to roll my dagger damage?
We will in a second.
Yeah,
Okay, so
two
she
attacks
actually,
that are going
so that's a
off
23.
before.
So yeah, we're gonna see the gilded dagger first because that's gonna determine the hellish
He
rebuke.
could kill her right here. It is possible.
He didn't.
Wow, wow, Pat, nice, real nice.
The Constitution
It's less
save
than my max.
is a 9, which is less than a 10. She starts to send out this spew of flames towards Gideon, and Kai grabs her wrist, twists it back, like taking away the somatic components of it as he jabs his dagger into her chest. Gideon, you are also now able to stab your mistblade into her. Roll damage.
Do I have to add the 3d6 in as the situational bonus, or no?
You can just roll. You can either do that now, or you can just roll sneak attack after.
Okay. I'll just do normal now. And then...
Should check on it.
Didn't we code you a sneak attack? Did we? In like your features?
Yes.
Yes, and that should automatically do the right amount of dice for your rogue level. Yeah, so you go up, you stab her in the chest. She starts to like quickly make hand signs to send out another stream of flames. Kai grabs her hand, breaks her fingers, and stabs her in the chest as well, just pushing her down.
So does she still use the spell slot then?
She uses up the spell slot, and her reaction, it does not have any effect.
Nice.
We kind of decided towards the beginning, Mage Slayer is such a situational thing that we wanted it to be more meaningful when it does come up.
Yeah, I respect that. I definitely need some tweaking.
All right. Is that all, Gideon? That is movement, action, bonus action, so I think that brings us to Tavro.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes.
As she is now just like screaming in pain as she got stabbed twice and her finger's broken.
All right. wading through the water, is that difficult terrain?
It is difficult terrain while you're in the water, but you will be able to pull yourself up easily enough over here where it's only about 5 feet.
So okay, so that's just movement. Like I don't have to take an action if I
So-
go up this way.
It won't be an action. It is difficult terrain until you get to here.
Gotcha. 10,
Oh,
20.
I was gonna say he can touch the bottom, right?
Yes, and as he gets closer to the side, it is shallower, which is why once he's here, being enlarged, he is able to just like pull himself over without needing to take an action or anything. It's just
Yeah.
difficult terrain.
I was gonna say, cause jump? Question mark?
He can do that as well if he wants to use his action to jump.
Oh, is it an action?
I'm pretty sure a jump is an action.
I thought it was just a part of your movement. Maybe.
It might be.
No.
We don't do jumps a ton, but it's just
Yeah.
difficult terrain from there to the side. So
30.
I've been playing too much Baldur's
because
Gate.
he is enlarged, it is just difficult terrain.
I'll move here. I'm still within 10 feet of her, so I'm about to thwack.
Whack that bitch.
I will recklessly attack because I want her dead.
A 20 will hit. As
19 damage.
you dig the great sword into her, and at this point, you just see like the hand that Kai had pulled back and broken the fingers of. He's still kind of holding out a little bit. You bring down the greatsword and just cleave off her arm at the elbow.
She's not lasting too much longer, I don't think.
Alright, second thwack.
Those wacko do be thwacking.
Well, this was
Not
supposed to
great
be a bit
damage,
more
but-
intimidating, but how do you want to do this?
Well, I chopped off her one arm.
You could knock her out.
Well, I didn't declare that.
No. Do the pain.
And
Get her
you,
tongue. Get her tongue.
you feel like the worm heart beating next to you, urging you to kill her and drink the blood.
Well,
Don't
I'm not
do
going to drink the blood. I have ideas, but some of them are evil.
Don't be a little sex goblin, just kill her.
Well, I was gonna cut off her other arm and then kick her into the river.
Oh,
You can
yeah,
totally do
yeah.
that if you want.
Very different assumptions.
Yeah, I'll chop off her other arm and then just look around and be like, "Do we need her?"
Maybe just some blood.
I think
Fair
that's more for Kaida instead of being the person right next to you.
And I'm gonna kick her over.
But
I work.
her stuff.
So
Do what you
No,
want.
not into the lake. I mean, just like kick her onto the ground
Oh yeah, that's fine.
and
Alright,
just let
so
her bleed out. I
you
guess.
crawl out of the river of blood, dripping with this like thick viscous blood. You look more demonic than the thing that was previously fighting you as you walk up and in a quick
Yeah.
motion cut off both of her arms at the elbows and just as quickly kick her over to where Kai. So you guys remember the basically the kickoff episode of The Boys where he's holding his girlfriend's hands and then she's
Yeah.
just
I've never seen
you
this
cut
show.
off the arms. Kai has her hands in his hands and she just goes flying without the arms. You guys have now killed everything in this combat. We
Oh,
can
thank
leave
God.
combat order.
I would like to use my
Yay.
turn to give us some temp hit health, please.
You can do that outside of combat order. You can even gather everybody in so that everybody gets it, because you have a few minutes out of combat.
Yeah, I'm gonna use the restroom again real quick, but I'll be
I'm
back.
Hold on a second.
Ready?
Come get your feeling.
Ba-doom, ba-doom, ba-doom.
Feeling one for one.
Is there any limit on the number of targets?
The cannon?
Can somebody please just look at what I posted?
Yes, it is
I
that.
see it.
Ooh! I tapped back in and there's tons of people up there. Holy shit.
Yeah, I believe that the temp hit points is everyone within a 10-foot radius of the cannon.
Yeah. Target those undead.
Get over
So-
here.
I'm gonna slurp this down. I'm gonna twist the little thing on the ring and be like, oh, thank you, Clara, I'm gonna need this one. And I'm gonna regen a 3rd level spell slot.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, that dispel magic took a little bit out of me.
Are you getting in on this?
That was a game-changing dispel magic.
Lara's target is 15 away and your range is only 10.
The colony is satiated now. They have eaten a lot of magic today.
I think you're still targeting Zirila.
Oh. Well, get her up here.
As she just kind of like moves forward and she just goes, "What the hell happened to me?"
It's still saying we're too far away.
Have you had a change of heart? You're not going to betray us now.
Everyone get closer.
There's my character.
Why don't you just roll a d10 and everybody can add it to themselves?
There we go. We got it. Nice.
I will take the 7 temp HP.
It's 9.
9 temp HP,
Oh, 9.
because it's
Nice.
+2.
Nice, and then when that runs out, I'll give myself a shitload more. Temp HP for days.
But she goes, I didn't mean to betray you. I wasn't myself for a moment there. I don't know what happened, but I wasn't the one in control.
I'll just kind of pat Tavro on the leg as I'm checking his wounds and be like, well, just be glad he wasn't closer to you then. It might not have ended as well for you.
And she looks
I'm
over
back.
at Somia, armless on the ground, and goes, I think you may be right.
Brian, I just used you as a threat.
Crazy.
How?
Because she said that, what's her name said she didn't mean to betray us, and I just said, it's a good thing you weren't close to her, or we might be in a different situation right now.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
looked at the armless lady dead on the ground, bleeding out, and said, yep, probably true.
So, also, how wounded is Tavro? How's he doing?
I'm okay. Above
Well,
half.
Can Clara use this flask for blood to put Somia's blood in it?
You can take a few drops of Somia's blood. Are you taking, like, a flask, or are you putting it in the box? Oh, like an
No,
actual
I'm-
flask for blood. Got it.
Yeah. Like, I'm
Can
gonna
I
put
take her
some
arms?
I
Yeah.
do need to look my God.
So
Well, because
you're able to take, like, a solid pint's worth of her blood. She is, like, wildly bleeding out. She is missing limbs.
Is she alive?
No.
Aw.
I can make her unalive.
I don't
can
think we
Clara
have time for
her
that.
buy for any, like, items that seem magical of any sort?
Okay, so she does have on her, which she didn't get a chance to use because holy shit, you guys did a lot of damage real fast. You see that she has like a chain, and on each end of the chain is kind of like a modified short sword to be able to swing on the end of it. I forget
Because
what
nunchucks weren't deadly enough.
I forget what the actual like name of this type of thing is, but it's like nunchucks but blades instead of nunchuck.
Clara, you're still
Um,
bleeding quite a bit. Do you want me to deal with some of that?
Oh yeah, if you can, Mr. Usher, that would be really great.
Just before you go picking through the dead. And let's see how much you get. You get 18
Nice.
health back. It's a max roll, and it costs me nothing.
It costs you your one use of the healing kit on her this day, but yeah.
I can always buy those back. It's not a spell slot.
It's not a spell slot, it's more of just she can't benefit from it again until a long rest.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Did I use it on somebody today already?
No.
This was the
I
first
don't think
combat
so.
of the day, so probably not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Vinny, just saying, I could heal up a full max heal and still have room to spare.
Okay, alright, I understand. I'll tend to your wounds too. You can just ask, you know. This is my job. Oh, wait, no, do not target Clara again. Hold on. Nope. Target you.
Can Clara take the fancy sword
Yeah,
chain?
so there's the like chain swords, and you do see that they
thank
are
you.
etched with runes. Enough of you can probably identify it, but I don't know if anybody actually speaks Infernal to be able to read it. You can
Nope.
identify it as Infernal. You've all seen it, especially in the Rakdos, but I don't believe any of you actually speaks it to know what it says. But there are Infernal runes etched into the like chain blades. There are also two other things of note on her. One, she is wearing like a circlet with a red gem in the middle of it. And she also has a, like on her left hand, Kai, you specifically noticed this because you felt it while you were breaking her fingers. She has a strange ring on her left hand, like on the middle finger. It's a ring, but you realized, like when you were pulling it back, it's not just slid on, it's almost like branded into her finger so that it can't be removed. But she's not
Anyone
using
want
those
the
fingers
finger?
anymore. You can probably remove it now.
Well, Clara's definitely taking that circlet with the red gem.
All right. For now, put a circlet with red gem from Somia in your inventory, or you can cast the Identify spell.
Well, you see. Do we have 10 minutes?
Well, you'd have to use the spell slot to do it quickly. You might have 10 minutes, but this is all in like the 1 minute after battle, and you can hear the sounds of combat coming from the, you hear the sounds of combat coming from above. I have words and I know how to use them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Make a decision what we're gonna do. I'll be right back.
Are you using the spell slot, Clara?
Kind of.
Well, are you using the spell slot or the ritual? Because you can just use the spell slot. If you use the ritual, you are dealing with the consequences of spending 10 minutes down here.
Yeah, we're
which
not.
may or may
we're-
not
the
be
rest of us
nothing.
aren't waiting here 10 minutes.
Clara is pulling out her dagger, slicing a big gash in her arm, and then using that to
Yep.
channel her divine or her arcanic senses to figure out what the hell this thing is.
Look, we're in the middle of a battle. Why are you so keen on dying?
Because
Alright.
this might be important!
Drop yourself 8 hit points.
I did. Wait, I have 10 hit points. I am a fool.
You are able to use 10 hit points for this.
Then just regenerate them.
Exactly. Okay.
Jesus, yeah, that's something I didn't really consider. Out of combat, you can just free cast that with your protector cannon. You know what? I'm kind of okay with that. That is a creative exploit to what I wrote.
It's that, or she tries to use her Mysium apparatus, which could go not so well.
Casts fireball in the center of all of you.
Nice.
Well, she can't do that, but
Yeah, so you kind of like dig in and you let the energy from your Eldritch Cannon seep into you, and then you use that, you kind of repurpose it for this energy that you then use to cast the spell. You have now gained a circlet of demonic possession. and I will send you the description for that directly.
Is there an item in Foundry already, or do I have to make one?
I will give that to you in a minute. I kind of forgot to have it all automated, so it's going to be after session, but I'll send you the description now.
Zach, can I cut off the finger that has the ring on it?
Yes, you are able to, and once you kind of cut it off and flay a bit of the flesh towards the bottom, it's like, it is right against the bone, but once you, almost like biting on a chicken wing, you're able to peel back the flesh and get the ring out. And you now have this ring that, like, in and of itself is kind of warped in these strange things, and it seems to make more infernal runes, almost as if the metal itself is, like, made up of these infernal letters, and then it was branded into her skin and against the bone.
Yuck. Can I just call it Somia's ring?
Yeah. And then I'm sure Clara will be willing to identify it later.
Yep.
Guy, mind if I get the horn?
Yeah, take it. Hold on. As you like go to take it, I like don't let go right away, and I'm like, why?
It had
Okay.
a portion of souls in it. I'm curious if that could be extracted out and utilized for magic.
Oh Lord, I needed a breather after that one. Did we come to a decision about what we're doing?
And Kai,
It's all your
as Fox says this, you kind of hear Merolathia whisper. He has a point. Raw souls contain power. We could use this. Consume it.
hold on. 50-50.
How are you gonna use it?
Well, same way I use this, the dagger.
How about at least for now we keep it? Neither of us use it. Once I get the spell to actually properly utilize this, then we can figure this out.
I think perhaps we may have bigger issues to worry about at the moment.
That's partially what I'm saying.
And I'll put it back in my bag.
Do we have an idea of how we want to approach the rest of this manor? We've dealt with the entrance, now there's just the rest.
Well, Zirila, I believe you were the one that got us here. How far in are we?
We are in the underbelly of the manor. I was trying to come in here hoping that it was less guarded. Obviously, Somia and her pets were here. But with all of you, we were able to take care of that. My understanding is that this will allow us to get to the second floor of the manor where Aunt Lyzata where Aunt Lyzata is. If we go up through the stairs here, most of the fighting should be on the outskirts of the manor. We should be able to go up to the parlor, to the main staircase, almost immediately to the second floor of the manor. Then we just need to make our way to Lyzata's room.
Alright, well, we have one child down, and only two more, and the strongest blood witch any of us have ever known to go.
There's
We'll
always
be
a good
fine.
chance that Mama beat us there.
Yeah, there is that.
Yeah. We have a lot of
Yes, if we're going to engage a blood witch of this power, I would hope that she'd be here at some point. We might need her assistance.
Wait. We have a dead blood witch right here. We have a brick that requires the blood of a blood witch to
Yep.
activate.
Bep, bep.
What?
Yes.
What's wrong with this? All of this is true.
Okay, you know what? I think it's already blown. We're already talking
sorry,
about this out loud.
What is it that you're talking about?
I'll let Kai clean up his own mess.
Well, simply put, Hakara gave us an artifact to help us deal with Lyzata.
And what is it that Mama gave you that needs Somia?
It needs any blood witch to activate so that it can banish another.
Why wouldn't Clara just use it then? It seems more readily activatable if she's already there.
Well,
The amount of blood needed is ridiculous.
Give me a deception check.
You guys, I already got this, and she pulls out that flask that now has Somia's blood in it.
No.
Yeah, and she looks over at the flask that Clara is now holding, like, filled to the brim with, like, a pint and a half of blood from Somia, and she goes, yeah, that makes sense. I wouldn't want to give that up either. Very well. I guess it was fortunate that we faced Somia down here.
Yes, you might have been able to contribute that much blood, but Clara, that might just drain her.
That's literally a quarter of her body weight.
Okay, everyone, stop fighting. Let's just figure out where we need to go next.
we were fighting.
Upstairs, I assume.
Zirila, can you show us?
One
You
second.
have less faith in her than I do.
So, question: did anyone take her blades?
I didn't take
Yeah, I
shit.
did.
Okay.
I took her fancy chain swords.
It's
Another
not
tool
really
for Clara to kill herself
the
with.
that I was holding, so
I don't know where to go, so
Alright, so, sorry, I was just typing out the thing for the circlet to Clara. But, yes, I will lead us upstairs. One thing to note, even though Somia and her pets were down here, it was strangely empty. I was expecting at least some others. Obviously, they were expecting us coming after your assault yesterday, but if anything, I would expect there to be more guards down here. There's definitely something off. Be on your guard. I'll lead us up.
How long does it take to attune to an item?
long
Short
rest.
rest.
Short rest.
Oh, is there? It's a short rest.
Short rest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
Also, over time, she is going to stop being mirror imagey.
Somia was over here when we first got here. Maybe that's the way?
Yeah.
I've studied from... There are ways to the main floor of the manor that way, but the quickest to Lyzata's will be to the left.
I mean, if you say so.
What?
There are multiple
What?
stairways up, and this one
Oh,
is the more
sorry,
direct
not
way.
to you, not to you. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm like, I don't see why that was that strange of a thing that she knew which was the more direct path.
No, sorry.
You don't have to follow if you don't want, but she's going this way.
As she starts heading that way, I'm just gonna kind of lean into Kai and just say, I seem to remember multiple members of our party getting quite angry at me for opening my mouth when I shouldn't have.
You all just need to learn who we can and cannot trust.
I think you should as well. Remember, we're thinking about using this thing on not who she thinks.
If you step
I mean-
onto the staircase, it should move you to the right part of the next map.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
So
Out of
fancy.
game, Kai is fully convinced that we can turn Zirila to our side.
She already tried to talk, or Clara already tried to talk to Zirila and Formith, and they didn't seem to want anything to do with
Yeah,
it.
not before that, and not while we are just sitting there.
While you might be right, the less we tell her about this, the better.
Two quick
Also,
things.
There's nothing wrong with just giving information that the Blood Witches probably have already.
Alright, so two quick things as you head up the stairs to the next floor. One, Kai, are you holding onto the horn or did you give it to Fox?
I have it.
Two, let's keep everybody as close to the stairway as possible because as you come up to this floor and you hear the sound of battles raging around you, you see as multiple imps in this room kind of like screech and shout something in infernal, and they're immediately going to start rushing at you. So Fox, maybe don't like literally crush one of them with all of your summons.
I mean, he's got a lot. It is a little tough.
Can you delete one of my cannons? I didn't realize it came over.
I did say that everything was going to come over if you stepped on the stairs.
Well, I didn't. Hey, Dex. Oh, buddy. No.
Yeah, that's probably about as centered on the stairs as we can get it. Just because, yeah, it's a small stairway, but also there are 3 imps that immediately are going to start screeching as you come into here and rush at you, so I'm going to need some initiative rolls.
Oh, also, Clara would have picked up the pieces of Jerry as we left.
Yes, that is fine. You can have all of the parts from Jerry too.
The pieces of Jerry.
And sorry, Kai, did you say you were holding on to the horn?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
There's so many fucking dice on this board.
Yeah, I forgot to only add 1 each for the spirits and skeletons, so we're just gonna take the highest roll for each of them.
It's more of, they just weren't going away, and I couldn't see anything.
So I'm gonna drop the unrolled skeletons and spirits.
Yeah, I only rolled 1 of each of those.
And the Eldritch Cannon goes on your turn. It doesn't have its own initiative, right, Clara?
Correct.
Alright. As it kind of like floats up ahead of you all, the imps begin to screech, and the various spirits are just immediately reacting to it. I don't know if you have like a passive command you've been giving them as you're traveling.
I would have, at this, I would have had them attack whatever hostile we come across.
Okay, then yeah, these imps would definitely register as hostile to them.
Hold on. I have to zoom out because it keeps dragging me all over the freaking map when I'm trying to drag these things. Yes, they do this.
Yeah, fuck this one imp in particular, am I right? Except for that one, because that one missed.
Yeah, fuck it.
Right, yeah, as they begin to swarm, the first one misses. The second one is able to, like, land a spectral hand on it and start absorbing out some of its life force, but the third one is also unable to connect, as the, like, one in the middle is just able to completely dominate and pull out and, like, push some of this necrotic energy into it, but it is blocking the way for the other 2.
About their turn.
Alright, Kai, what would you like to do?
I'm actually gonna do something pretty surprising for Kai. He's gonna run up to the imp and then hit it.
Wow, that's pretty bold. You sure you want to do that?
This is so out of character for Kai. annihilated. You just run up, you see this thing, you grab it by its little head, and you see as its body is already like starting to go invisible, and you just stab it in the throat. Take your 10 hit points.
I will. And actually, how much did I move? I still have enough to get to the other imp. I think my 10 hit points from oh crap, what is it? Is it 8 plus my wisdom? Oh, I get 1 extra from killing something versus what I had from the cannon.
Hey, it's still something.
Yep. Smack. Smack.
Yeah, you run up and you just take 2 of these imps. Like, you are darting around. You were on edge the second you came up these stairs. You heard them start to screech, and before they're able to go invisible and dart at you, you run and just tear 2 of them apart. These things are meant to be scouts, not fighters, and you just proved why.
Stay quiet, little ones.
Anything you'd like to do? Okay.
So
Skeletons.
can I just kill both of those and your skelly boys couldn't even kill one?
And that I just single-handedly got about 13 or 14 something % more dagger
Jesus, you
kills.
really do just have one skeleton that can't hit and one that annihilates everything. As the first one just shoots an arrow into the fucking like table with some food on it, and the other one's like, yep, this extremely small target that is being blocked by 3 other creatures. Perfect. That is exactly what I want. As the arrow goes straight through its skull, passes out the other side, and the imp just falls.
I'd just like to give a little round of applause and go, "You're doing it, Mr. Bones. Puss, I think we're gonna have to extract that soul for a coin."
Mr. Bones is putting in the work.
But Bones is an overreach tabby cat.
All right.
Mr.
So I am going to say, while we are on this map, we are not leaving initiative order, because in every area of this map, combat is going on. You can hear the sounds of combat all around you. And while it seems it hasn't made it as far in as here, where it's still just imps scouting it out, and like basically keeping tabs on how far the forces have gotten in, because of there literally being large-scale battle right outside, we're just going to keep in initiative order as we move forward.
I have a question then.
Yes.
Is anything coming after us right now?
You don't know. The imps did let out like a fairly loud screech as you came up the stairs, and it like resonated. It almost sounded like they are basically an alarm system.
Okay, I was asking purely for the metagame reason of if there's not actually anything coming for us right now, could we say that we take like 1 turn where everybody positions themselves in this room somewhere before we keep moving, just so that way we're like not doing stair shenanigans?
Anything that is new will be like anything that comes into the initiative tracker as we go through this will always be on a new round. So
okay,
you have
so
the
then
rest of this round to move freely.
So basically, like, anybody but Kai can kind of move themselves where they want?
Anybody but Kai or the undead summons.
I don't care about the undead summons. Okay, then do we want to move that, just, like, get ourselves off the stairs into, like, decent positions before we pick a direction? And keep going?
Also, one quick thing. Kai, can you give me a perception check, as you were the one to actually go up and stab these things?
Yeah.
Nice.
Teetered on the 18.
Yeah, you were like 2 in the middle of just running at these things and killing them to notice anything particular other than the fact that they had this like resounding screech that almost sounded like it was too rehearsed that all three of them did it at the same time. It was definitely something beyond just.
I came up the stairs, and the second they screeched, my attention went to getting them to shut up as quick as possible.
Yep. But yeah, being the only one who actually fought them, you were the only one who could make that perception check. So, Tavro, what would you like to do?
5, 10, or 15, 20, 30, 35. Do I hear anything on the other side of this door?
Give me a perception check.
15.
It's strange. You hear like the same kind of screech coming from the other side of this room, but it's almost as if it's echoing in there, not like the screech is originating in there. But it does sound like the echo of the screech that you heard from these imps is now in this room as well.
Ah,
That's rude.
interesting. Then I will 5 feet, and I will cast. Hold on, I have to target myself. I'll just use this turn to cast Protection from Evil and Good on myself.
Honestly, a pretty damn good spell for this
Interesting.
area.
Yeah. I feel like it's like a very overlooked spell. You don't see it cast too often.
So I'll just do that in preparation. No bonus action, and that's me turn.
Is that concentration?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
So if I rage, then it ends.
Zirila.
But if we're running into like small fries, I don't really want to waste rages and then lose them the next turn.
True.
Fair. We might not rest until the big fight, so I would reserve resources until then.
I've been trying.
Zirila is going to move forward, and she is just going to continue leading you towards where you're supposed to go for this next area. And she actually walks like right up to the door that Tavro's next to, and just turns back and goes, "When you're all ready." And that will bring us to Gideon.
Gideon's gonna put his investigation to use. So he's just kind of gonna like take a bit of a lap around here. And I can use a bonus action to see if I spot any hidden creatures or objects.
Yep, give me that investigation check.
Damn, putting the subclass into good use. I like it.
Sorry, please. Where am I?
You there, Katie? Oh, there it is.
Yeah, sorry.
No worries. All right. Yeah, so you are looking around here, and for the most part, it looks like this is kind of a standard, pantry that is sometimes used as, like, an actual sitting and dining room, but for the most part is for food storage and preparation. As you kind of seek through it, you do notice, one kind of notable thing. At first, it, like, over here is a fireplace with a cauldron in it. And at first it doesn't look anything in particular, but you know how to see things that are slightly out of place. And you notice in the base of the fireplace, instead of wood, it's stones that seem to be burning. That is the only notable out-of-place thing other than the 3 dead imps. Oh, actually, though, I will say with a 17 as you're looking for clues, the imps, you recognize, like, they have a strange smell to them beyond, like, the normal, like, brimstone of fiends. And as you get a bit closer to them, you see that they're, like, faintly covered in a grainy black powder. And it takes you a second to realize you've seen this before. They are all coated in the same type of black powder that Clara makes her grenades out of.
Wait, what's coded in that?
The dead imps.
Uh-oh. 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 I don't know anything. I'm not gonna say anything.
Go boomy. This is okay. All of this is information that I would share with the party.
In that case, in character, uh-oh.
Hi, standing over a dead one. Wait, they're made of what?
They're not made of it, they're just like coated in a thin layer of it.
Not better.
Clara's like, let me at him, let me at him.
Well, down here it's called ractose cocaine.
Clara makes a bomb out of the dead imps.
Yes, that
I mean, you could just stuff them in a box.
That's my turn, I guess.
My turn?
Yeah, looks like it brings that to you, Escher.
Alright, so hearing that, I'm just gonna kind of look down at Clara and just say, Clara, remember, some of your actions have a tendency to put others in immeasurable amounts of danger. Please consider that moving forwards and try to stay away from anything that makes fire in the area. And I'm gonna move here so I kind of have, I'm lined up with the door. I'm staying well back, but I will I'll prep a cantrip. That way, if there's any hostiles when that door opens, I'll start, rotting their flesh off their bones.
All right.
Mr. Esther, everything on my person makes fire.
Be careful with it.
All right, that'll bring us to Aldrich. What would you like to do?
There's nothing much that Aldrich can prepare, so he's just gonna move forward a little bit, and then that's it.
All right.
You're still made of bugs, right?
He is still
Yeah.
made of bugs. He is not here in the flesh. He is here in the chitinous exoskeleton.
Could some of them bugs go under the door and tell us what's there?
If I use... Zach, would you say that if I use beast sense on my bugs? Or...
Yeah, you know what? If you use Beast Sense on your swarm, I would say you can do that. You can't just do it for free because I'm already kind of porting you in here, and you being made out of bugs is more of a way to do that with you being able to leave when you're not here for sessions.
yeah.
But if you want to use your Beast Sense feature, then yes, you can absolutely send them through the cracks in the door.
Okay. So I use beast sense and then send the send a small portion of the swarm to look underneath the cracks of the door.
Yeah, so you send like some of the smaller beetles and stuff, and you're sharing your senses with them as they go through. They go through into what seems to be a study style area with 2 more of the imps in there, and you can actually see, like, because you can still see these psychic wisps of connection. The echoing that Tavro heard, it almost looks like there's a relay of psychic energy coming from the dead imps that screeched to these living imps that is now heading back into the next room beyond that as well.
So there seems to be more imps on the other side, but we have an issue here. whatever message or these dead imps, these guards put out is being relayed to others already.
Well, if it's only imps, we won't have a problem then.
But who are the imps reporting to is the question, and that's the problem.
I suppose there's only one way to find out.
How would they tell us between the multitude of other enemies in here? We're nothing special yet.
I beg to differ. Look at all of us.
To an imp, we are nothing special.
We might not be, but she is.
Hi.
All right. With that new information, Fox, what would you like to do?
Bonus action, command my undead to pull it behind me and attack whoever's closest to me that is hostile. And then Hey, fuck this dude. And then I'm gonna also prep a cantrip.
All right, sounds good. Clara, what would you like to do before the doors open?
Okay, so after she heard Mr. Gideon say that the bats are covered in powder, she's gonna just saunter on over to this one by Mr. Kai. And can she investigate, or can she try to perceive how much of the powder's on there and if it would actually produce like an explosion of any kind?
Give me an investigation check with advantage because this is kind of your area of expertise.
Lizzie, can I just say I'm so proud of you for doing this and not just immediately setting it on fire to see what happens.
The advantage was definitely helpful there. Yeah, so they are small and they are only covered in a thin layer of the powder. They would explode if there's any sort of ignition or even like heat that is more than just the ambient energy, like the ambient heat in the room has a chance to set them off. There isn't enough powder to cause the same level of explosion as your grenades do. That being said, it's probably about half as effective as them.
Clara grabs this imp here and stuffs it in her backpack. And then she's gonna go over and grab this one over here and stuff it in her backpack.
Actually, wait, how much do your black powder grenades do? Yeah, I would say not quite as effective as yours, but more than half.
Oh shit.
He's throwing imps.
Alright, so
Clara's got an idea.
with the investigation check, I'll say you have time to shove one of them in your backpack.
Okay. She'll grab just the one by Mr. Kai in her backpack.
Keep in mind that, like, these imps are almost the same size as you, Clara. You're small.
Buddy, what are you
So, like,
doing?
you shoving this into your backpack is shoving someone almost the same size as you. And their, like, head and one of their wings is kind of just, like, popping out of the top, being disfigured and crushed as you just shove them in, but you are able to carry them forward.
I imagine Clara's backpack is like any kindergartner's backpack where there's no organization. It's just every random item in one pocket just jumbled up, and she just tosses everything in there. Like, if you guys were to look at it, you would be like, what the fuck is this?
Well, right now, if they were to look into it, they'd be like, why is there a fucking imp there? But I think with the time that we are at, this is probably a good place to end the session.
Oh, man, I concur.
Yeah, I don't know how long the next initiative roll is gonna take, so it's not the worst idea.
We always try to end around 9:30 so that the people who are in person can drive home.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but
That was
now
a good
we're
session, though.
so close.
Yeah, so now you are on the main floor of the manor, and you know Lyzata is on the second floor. And yeah, we will pick back up next session with the door opening to the next room. And whatever
Alrighty, well.
consequences come with that.
Brian, we're officially bonded in blood now. Congratulations.